Loren, Mark, Gene, and Michael, the corporate team, and close to 900 employees throughout the world, and what, close to 200,000 UFOs. Owe you guys a great debt of gratitude for what you've done. I mean, just spectacular for cleaning up this mess, really. It's just incredible, just incredible.
Everybody really chipped in, because when I couldn't do my job, I had to call Steve and ask him to do my job for me so I could do the other job. Everybody jumped in every way they could, and that really made a big difference.
And here we are, 20 years. Is this working?
I'm not sure, but I think you have to lean into it a little bit.
I got to lean in?
Yeah, just a little. You look very handsome, by the way.
And you look gorgeous.
You look great. 20
years later, right?
25 years later.
No, 20 years for the Jerry Award.
No, but we're 25 years later for this.
I know 25 years.
25 years later for this, 20 years, I mean, we take great products every day.
We take great products.
Every day. Thank you, Marty, for all those great products that you bring us. If it wasn't for Marty, we wouldn't have all those great products, guys.
Well,
we wouldn't have anything to fight for out there.
We got a great team. We got a great team.
We do.
By the way, in a couple of weeks, we'll be celebrating the Chinese New Year. So for all of our Asian and Chinese friends, Xing Yan Hao, Gong Chi Fa Chai. It's amazing. Failed Spanish 4 times in high school before they threw me out. Now I'm fluent in Taiwanese, Cantonese, and Mandarin. Unbelievable. All right, well, let's get down. Amazing. All right, well, let's get down to the business at hand. This is the 20th year that we're celebrating the Jerry Siciliano Award. You know, Market America really was so very fortunate to have Jerry for what we all believe were the best years of his life. All that he acquired over all of the years in the networking, direct selling industry, he just seemed to pour right into Market America, knowing that this was his legacy and his greatest contribution to his friends, which were incredible, friends and family. You know, Loren and I stand up here every year with this great honor to share the many stories and memories we have with Jerry. You know, his greatest asset was his ability to provide support, understanding, and love in any situation. This was his greatest gift. He lit up every room he walked into and filled it with so much smiles and so much love.
He did. It was the best.
You know, for those of you here who had the pleasure and privilege of meeting Jerry, you'll find this video that we're about to show very memorable. And I hope for those of you who haven't met Jerry, well, through this video, may get a feeling of what an extraordinary individual he was. So guys, you want to roll the video?
There comes a time in the eagle's life, and you know they live to about 60 to 100 years old. When they're about 35 years old or 40 years old, they land in a valley. And it's called the moping stage of the eagle. And these eagles are in the valley and they no longer can fly. They're walking around and their claws get soft. They start to build up a cartilage around their beaks, and they can't breathe as good. And they're down in that valley, you know, and God, I can't get out of this valley. And it's sort of like the guys that are hanging around in the neighborhood bars. Yeah, I never got a break in my life. Nobody ever offered me anything. Probably 6 or 7 people from this group try to sponsor them, but they didn't recognize it. And they just keep walking around. And they're dying out. The only thing that saves them, that every day at the same time, there are some old eagles flying around that valley, And these eagles are dropping them down fresh killed meat. In fact, they even debone the meat for them. And they yell out and scream out, the screaming eagles, get out of that valley. You can make it. Attend the training seminars. Attend the training seminars. Read the right books. Get out of that valley. You can make it. And every day they feed them. And they drop food. You won't see any young eagles up there because they've never been in the valley. And you see, when they're young, they'll come into a company like this and they're running on adrenaline. Okay? So they're looking down at their valley and they're saying, look at them burnouts. They're burned out. They can't do it anymore. I can outsell any one of them. You heard that before with somebody just brought in and they're running on the adrenaline? And the thing is, these eagles keep going back every day. You might be a person that sponsored someone into the program. And you know, you might land in that valley one day. And there'll be people screaming encouragement to you. If you love people, scream out the encouragement they need. Always lead with your heart.
Every treasure on earth to be young and hard. For as rich as you are, it's much better by far to be young and hard. And if you should survive to 105, look at all you'll derive out of being alive. And here is the best part, you have a head start if you are among the very young and hard.
To work with fellas like Dennis and Marty and JR and Loren, who I love like a sister. It's just an amazing thing, the honors that they have bestowed on me. 3 years ago when I joined JR, he says, what do you really want, Jerry? As JR, I'm getting of age, and I want to leave this industry a hero. I want to leave with a winning company. And he gave me what I wanted.
You have a head start if you are amongst the very young at heart.
You want to tell a story?
Sure, you want to tell a story?
No, you're better. You
Okay,
tell a couple.
I'll tell a story. For those of you who knew Jerry, you understood what a lover he was. And for those of you, of course, who didn't know Jerry, well, he was the kind of person he would put people together all the time. He knew how to make everybody feel good, didn't he? He would make you smile. He'd pick on you, but in the most loving ways. And when I first met Jerry, I wasn't too sure. You know what I mean? He would like, Loren, I own several restaurants. I used to have a pizzeria. I used to drive an ambulance. I owned several Yamaha dealerships. What else did he do? He drove an ambulance. He had every business under the sun. Nightclubs, nightclubs, thank you, Mart. So many things. And, I tell Jared, there's no way possible that somebody did all these things their whole life. I mean, he has like 26 businesses. He said, no, Lauren, he's telling the truth. I'm like, well, we'll see. I'm not really sure. And he's like, I'm telling you, he had all these things. And at the time, I was just turned 18, okay? Yes way, baby. No, there's no way he had those, but I was saying yes way, I was 18. But, exactly. And the point is that he said, I'll never forget one day we went to, you remember Sally Jesse Raphael? Sally Jesse Raphael Studios, remember that, Elizabeth? We were in the studio there, sitting down. It was JR and I, Mark, Jerry, Marty, Dennis. We're all lined up there, Kevin, Steve. We were all in the Sally Jesse Raphael Studios, and there was an audience, and we were being interviewed. And somebody from the audience stood up and said, Jerry Siciliano, I haven't seen you since you drove me to the hospital in that ambulance and I stopped at your restaurant and had pizza. And I thought, this guy did all those things he said. And then I realized, of course, Jerry was this amazing person. Now, I'll never forget one day, any of you see the O.J. chase? O.J. Simpson, right? I remember it like it was yesterday. Why? Because I was having a huge, massive fight with JR. He was so annoying. He was on my nerves. And if anybody who knows JR and I, we know that we've been married for 28 years. Incredible daughter, 3 grandchildren, and he's the love of my life for sure. But when we fight passionately. And neither one of us ever back down, ever. And fighting passionately for us, just so you understand, there's all types of stuff flying around. Now, just so you guys know, when we get over our fight, sometimes it happens within 3 minutes and nobody understands it because it's like a whirlwind just happened. And in fact, we're calling the door guy to fix the door that's missing off the front door. We're so passionate about our love, but we move on. We're like, hey, babe, you ready for dinner? Like nothing ever happened. So we were in this hotel room, and the O.J. Simpson case was going on. The chase was going on, and it was on TV. And I can't remember what started the fight. It was obviously something very stupid back then. I mean, it had to be something stupid that he did. So my point is, I was very upset. And I had another room. I think we were all in one suite, and I went down the hallway to my room. No, that was a different time. You didn't throw all my clothes out the window. That was the next time. Any rate, that was a true story. I made him pick every single one up and buy me more. Any rate, so the truth of the matter is I left down the hallway after some very ugly words between us, and I said, do not talk to me anymore. Honestly, I have no desire to speak to you right now. You sound completely stupid, and I'm going to leave and go down the hallway. And I slammed the door, and the whole corporate team was silent. And I'm sure as soon as I walked out the door, they started talking nonsense. But anyway, I went to my room, and I could care less. I went about my business. 10 minutes later, I get a knock on the door. Hello? Loren. Baby, it's Jerry, open up. Jerry's down the hall crying. And I said, dude, you gotta understand. You're talking about JR, I know he's not crying. Okay? And I can assure you of one thing, I'm not crying over here. Loren, baby, he loves you so much. He's so depressed over there. He's crying. He's trying to convince your brother to come down and talk to you. Your brother's trying to tell him to give you some time to cool off. JR is saying, no, I can't be without her. She's really upset, and he's crying. I go, really? Are you sure about that? Because it doesn't seem right. And I would have gotten a message from Mark or something. In fact, we didn't have cell phones then, but that's probably why. And I said, doesn't make any sense. It's just, I know JR. He's not over there crying to the team. And nor do I really care. Do you know what I mean? I was busy watching the OJ chase. So anyway, he's going on and on, Jerry. Well, little did I know that Jerry went back over there and told JR I was in my room crying. Now, I can assure you I wasn't crying, and I can assure you he wasn't crying, but the point is he was a master at bringing people together. He was a master of bringing people together, and we loved him so much. And we're so fortunate that we had him for the few years that we did. Right, JR? Right, Mark? Right, team? I mean, he left even though he was here for a few years, he left a lasting impression and memory in our heart forever.
You know, Loren, that's so true, but Jerry was also the epitome of what makes Mark in America so great. And that is, of course, a residual income. Understand that he was with us for just, 4.5 years. And we didn't have in those days what we have today.
Yeah.
You know, so building an organization was a lot more difficult in those days than it is today. So keep that in mind. 4.5 years, he built an organization, and that's 20 years ago. His wife, Isabel, who's about 84 today, for the past 20 years has been getting an income in excess of $200,000 a year. Based
Come on, that is
on
powerful.
what Jerry built. I mean, there's nothing in the world. I mean, think about that. I don't care, you know, the greatest Ponzi scheme in the world, the Social Security is not going to do that for you. There isn't an IRA or Roth or anything. You'd have to have like, what, 10, 15, 20 million dollars in your bank at today's interest to get that kind of income. So he really represented a lot of love, a lot of heart for Market America, but truly the epitome of what Market America is really about. So, Loren, read. What's on the inscription of his award?
Scratch my right shoulder.
Again.
It itches.
It's excellent.
Thank you. Okay, let me read the inscription. Like an eagle with strength of heart and clear vision, you have ridden the currents of belief, loyalty, and respect, credibility, and love of the Market America opportunity. You have soared into and through the storm's fury, enabling those that follow to again believe their dreams can come true. And of course, I don't have an envelope. Do you have it? Do you know who won? We need the envelope.
Of course I know who won.
Okay, just making sure. I know, I'm just kidding, I do. So, maybe we should get a drum roll, right? Drum roll. That's heavy. Be careful.
Oh, they won it.
You can see you now. I know.
So, the two, wait a minute.
2018 Jerry Siciliano Award recipient goes to Victor and Alice Chiou.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the 2018 Jerry Siciliano Award, Victor and Alice Chiou.
I mean, this is just impossible dream. I mean, we really love Market America. From day one, once we understand what Market America, we really work on it. We work on it. It was hard. Without any of today's stuff, you know, what the Mark show you, what the Loren's work, what the JR's taught about, I mean, we just try to learn. I mean, corporate team help us to grow so much. You know, it doesn't matter how hard for them. They really work for us, and they teach us, especially in the West Coast. You know, I always say that West Coast just like so far away, just like a moon and the earth, you know, that far, you know, in the beginning. That's how I felt. I said, oh my gosh, how could we build a business in this wild, wild West? I watched that movie too, you know. But Loren and JR, we really respect so much of you because you just devote everything to us. You know, it doesn't matter how bad we did. We actually, you know, really should be spanked, okay? So Chinese would use a whip, okay? So. But for so many years, I mean, for this 21 years, we have been in this business. Family is very hard to convince. We learn in the day one, okay? So no matter how hard, we fly. We said, well, company is going to Singapore. We didn't know where Singapore was. So I told Victor, let's go and see Singapore. And then Malaysia, I said, we didn't know how hot Malaysia is, so let's go and enjoy the hot weather. You know? So, I mean, it's an incredible company. You know, I don't know how to tell. You know, sometimes when I did my training, you know, I didn't know how to pour my heart out. You know, I kind of shake the head. I see Dennis standing, you know, here and jumping around and teach us and he's singing. You know, I said, my gosh, this company, I came from corporate environment. You know, was doing pretty good in corporate environment, but I never seen a company like this, you know. So, I mean, we had so much fun. Yes, it's hard to build. And we didn't know that the business had so much challenges. You know, we came in from also owning traditional business, even work in the corporate environment for a long time. But this business is so much fun. You know, we treat that the hardship challenge as a fun. As a fun, we just treat it, and then sometimes we laugh at it. You know, we say, how come we are so dumb? You know. So. Of course, it's not me, it's him, okay? Well, we really love this company. You know, maybe, you know, in the past we didn't really do the right thing, but we know from now on, we can do the right thing. We can do even better company, and we will be so successful. You know, this company, Marty America, is the best. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Vicky, you want to say a few words? You're the real deal. Yeah.
I just want to say thank you to JR and the Market America. During my 21 years tenure in Market America, I went through 5 operations, 1 head operation and 2 heart operation, open heart surgery, and 1 cancer. But during these years, all the checks keep coming in. That's Market America. Believe me, this is the company will give us this kind of treatment. And I hope everybody believe Market America will change your life. Even though you're in distress, still the check will come in. And we thank you, JR and Mark America. Thank you.
Proud of you.